Capricorn, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for the rest of February and the first part of March. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energies. I'm trying to grab a deck over here, y'all, and it's too close to another deck, and I kept grabbing two decks. So are you trying to choose between two things and it's getting messy? Let me rewind. I'm going to talk about your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future, as well as the challenge during this time period and the hidden truth. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading and for that laugh. Please help me provide the clearest possible messages for Capricorn today. All right, and I never say that, so you might feel like you're lacking clarity around a situation that's gotten a little messy, and you're at some sort of critical choice point. I want to get a frequency around this time period for you. What is the frequency? What is the energy? What are the energetics? What's the vibe? Ooh, discernment. You are making some sort of choice because we need to be discerning when it comes to our life decisions. Let's see what this is about. I'm seeing yellow in the middle of this, surrounded by blue. So this is around you lighting up in your sense of empowerment and speaking your truth, but also coming from this surface layer surrounding it. This definitely has to do with the heart decision, because there's green surrounding the blue. And number 20 symbolizing 2. We just hit 222. So there's some sort of a relating type of energy you're trying to be discerning about right now. From the internal to the external. It's how we relate in our relational intelligence. So we have the frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So that's the challenge right now. And what's interesting is before starting, I've been talking most of the morning. I haven't had to clear my throat until now. So you may be needing to clear up something. I'm getting for a lot of you, it's a work situation that occurred and you're trying to clear things up and speak clearly to the people, parties involved. Interesting how there's something stuck in your throat right now that you need to get out. Okay, let's now go into the tarot. So that's your challenge right now, is to detach from a situation and give yourself a lot of compassion and be discerning about what you say and how you say it. Let's see. The challenge. Oh, this has to do with the past. All right. You're being challenged by the past at this time. Something's coming up around that. Okay. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I have no idea what this is about, but it's something to do with the past. Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Sun. That's beautiful energy. You're in alignment with your ideas, your thoughts, you're moving forward, and there's a lot of happiness. I'm getting personal happiness with you moving down a path that felt right to you. You could have had a lot of new ideas coming in through this Leo full moon. It's interesting because there were a lot of hidden truths revealed for the zodiac, but what I'm getting primarily for you, Capricorn, is this recent past energy is you moving forward from a place of empowerment and a place of real joy and a lightening up of your frequency and reaching a higher vibe, and that downloading that into these beautiful ideas. That's beautiful. I love that. And current energy, we have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Justice. There's a lot of clean energy here, Capricorn. Like, no ambivalence. You know exactly where you're heading. You have a plan. You're a man or a woman with a plan. I love it. And Capricorns, you do. You have a plan. You see the future, and you're calling it in with the King of Wands here. The recent past, it's like you started to get on a motorcycle to move forward with your life, and you're moving in the direction of happy, and you knew it. And now you're like, not only did you get on the motorcycle, you're picking up speed, and you're headed straight for something that's beautifully balanced. It's almost like divine justice here. Something's coming into your life that feels like it's a perfect match with your vibration. Especially for a lot of you, this is around you taking the lead and your own strength of will. I mean, this is our spirited energy and you moving forward on a new pathway. You could feel like you're being called to a certain place in the world where you have past life memories. Interesting that I'm getting that because of the Six of Cups. Now, in the near future, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Why am I getting like this? Not blind ambition, but like you're going places. You know exactly where you're headed. You've gone through this powerful transformation and you're aligned with your karmic destiny here. And it's almost like you're having fun. Whatever you're doing, you're like, this is like you're in a candy store. You're in a new beginning right now in the near future, and you're aligning with some sort of destined pathway here. Ooh, Five of Pentacles. So the energy surrounding all of this goodness is coming from a previous place of lack. You've changed your vibration completely. You may have had an orientation around the world and around your life experiences from the internal to the external in your past around not having enough, not being enough, not knowing your worth, not knowing your value, and it's totally shifted, and you're seeing your whole life transform. Wow. And now the hidden truth. The Empress. With the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, and I'm going to just leave that there. You had some sort of fated ending, but what it did was it put you on a path of deep inner alignment and going inward and figuring out your true north. I'm feeling like this strong pioneering spirit here that's coming fully online, and you're not holding back at all anymore from what you feel is possible in this lifetime for you. Discernment. Let's go into the Mystic Forest Oracle, where there is hope. And don't give up. Yeah, you may have felt like you came out of a period where you were just like all out of hope and really wanted to give up, but you dug deep and you aligned with something really powerful here. Don't believe that past defeats or disappointments will keep you from succeeding. True success grows from the lessons. A hopeful heart never gives up. You've been learning some powerful lessons. And I think that you're headed towards massive success here, and it's completely transforming you. I think that you are enjoying yourself. There's a high degree of creativity happening here. You could be getting a lot of downloads. Some of you are learning, acquiring new hobbies, new talents, new skills, new abilities, and you're headed in this powerful direction. Wow. This is beautiful alignment, Capricorn. I'm seeing balance everywhere. The hidden truth is you know how to give to yourself in a way that creates absolute prosperity now. Prosperity in your emotions, prosperity in your health, prosperity in your abundance. You've done a lot of inner child healing. That's why that's been challenging. Whatever made you shift from disappointment, hopelessness, and lack, you're now in a completely different vibration, like I said. Wow. This is beautiful. Self-mastery work, you all. When you do the work and you come into balance and you heal, you're aligned. You're aligned, Capricorn. All right. I want to go into this Five of Pentacles. This is the lessons you've learned. Death. Whoa. You went through a massive transformation, and it was brought on by some sort of fated ending. And you start putting all this energy into you. You had to walk away from something, Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, that you knew wasn't the right fit because you were back and forth about it in your head. This was some time ago, okay? I feel like this is what they're showing me. This is what set you on this path. You were confused about somebody in your life. It was a fated connection, but it was not meant to be. It set you on this path to really consider, what do I need to change about myself to really align with the fullness of myself? And you went through this powerful transformation. It's almost like you had to isolate for a while and turn inward and put energy into why you didn't feel like yourself. And now you're coming in. It's almost like it's because you were disconnected from your inner being or the inner child. because there were wounds there that had accumulated that you started, okay, I'm going to start peeling back the layers. That's the challenge here with that Six of Cups. You started peeling back the layers. And what did you find? Oh my God, you found a reservoir of self-love. Oh my God, Capricorn. We have the Six of Cups, which is this feeling of like, I'm going to go back to my roots. I'm going to go back to what I left behind. Almost like you might have done some deep soul retrieval work. Some of you did deep, like therapeutic work, going to a therapist. Like you've now landed in like this beautiful energy. The Ten of Cups came spilling out with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel. This is fated change to a higher vibration. You're happy. The challenge is like you're now stepping into that. You don't even realize what's coming in. It's almost like if you've been through a lot, it had to align you on the path that you were meant to be on. This is reaching for that high timeline, but all the stuff that you had to remove to reach for it, to close the gap, were the changes within, internally. I think the issue is you don't even realize that it's here. It's like when I see this kind of the timelines as a quantum thing where you're kind of floating, right? You're being in your body, like you're floating, right? Like walking on water, floating. And you've been like on this timeline where it's been broken and it's like, you're like stepping and taking leaps and there's just abyss in between the steps and you're like, it's precarious. Like I'm very imaginative, y'all. And now you're seeing a timeline in front of you that's magical and it's got like rainbows flying off of it and unicorns and puppies. And it's clear. It's one solid yellow light. No breakage, no pitfalls. And you're like, you're right there. And you're looking back and you're like, you're kind of at a crossroads here from who you were to who you've become. And you haven't quite realized that it's safe now. You did it. You did it. Because we have major arcana here. We have the Death, which is your rebirth, okay? We have the Wheel and the Challenge, which is fated change around your inner fulfillment because you had to go back and do some cleanup work with your inner childhood wounds. And now you're now perfectly poised to go into a new beginning on a new timeline full of spirited energy, spunk. Oh. And you don't even realize it. This is beautiful because it's like you're waking up one day and you're like, this is a Zip-A-Dee-Doo-Dah reading. But you don't realize, it's like a Zip-A-Dee-Doo-Dah kind of coming forth within your soul. You got a Tower in reverse here. You're coming out of having to rebuild your entire life and also make peace with the ego here after a love bond didn't go so well. Okay. You may have had to turn away from a magnetic connection that was a soulmate bond, but it sets you on a totally different trajectory. Whatever you had to leave behind in your past, some of you even 5 years ago, you've been on a long journey. Seemed more like 2 years ago. But you needed to start this path 5 years ago. You may have had 2 karmic relationships between now and then, if it was 5 years. Oh my God, this is powerful. I don't even think we need to really mess with the past because you started, like I said, you got on the motorcycle, you started to realize I'm on a new path of happiness, of joy, of being in alignment with my own truth and integrity. It's like putting yourself first and making decisions that are in alignment with you. I want to find out what this justice here, because this is the major here with the current energy, with coming into this beautiful balance between you and you. Yeah, you're coming out of heartbreak. It took you some time. I think that you either broke someone's heart or someone broke your heart, but it broke your heart regardless. Because you knew that you had to leave something behind in order for you to be in alignment with what was best for you. I love it. You did. You had to turn something away. 5 of Pentacles, so you can stand in your own truth. 9 of Pentacles. I think you've been standing strong on your own for a while now. And you've been working on healing the breakage, right? All of the past timeline, the breakage, and the steps you had to take to get to this point now, where you're seeing that straight yellow line. I love this. Capricorn, this is unbelievable. Yeah, you're now married in your mind with acting in your truth and integrity. There's something around this justice piece that brought on a lot of karmic lessons. A lot of karmic lessons about discernment and about what you need to feel whole inside. Ultimately, that's what the Nine of Pentacles is about, to feel whole inside. All right, let's go into the Wheel of Fortune. What are these destined changes that you're heading straight forward toward? Oh, more Empress energy. Oh my God. Capricorn, this is unbelievable. The Knight of Cups. Okay. I feel like a lot of you have been, oh my God. This is unbelievable. I feel like a lot of you have been doing a lot of deep work. And the challenge is for you to really align with the high timeline, with a destined partnership coming in, where you can co-create from a beautiful balanced place. You have elevated like beyond belief, Capricorn. Empress, okay? Temperance. You've been patient. You've been trying to integrate, right? The newer energies, the newer vibrations from the old Capricorn to the new Capricorn. You're stepping into that high timeline, Seven of Pentacles, all the resources you need to finish. Your transformation is complete. And what you don't see is you have a lot of love coming towards you. And I'm not talking about just romance. I'm talking about the people and places and things meant for you on the new timeline. It's going to slowly come in. And it's full of abundance. It's grounded, safe, nurturing, loving energy. Multiple people, multiple experiences, Capricorn. You have aligned with the high timeline. Congratulations. This took work. It took effort. It took discipline. It took diligence. You had to dig. Archaeological digs of the soul bring up the best, most karmic, most beautiful, aligned rewards. Let's get a few. You're in a powerful time. Plan for success. Plan for your success, the power of love and releasing perfection. And that was the biggest lesson. Capricorns have this issue, and so does all this Libra energy. If you have Libra placements in your chart, you demand perfection, but it's so much pressure because it leads to so much self-criticism. And that's what you've had to contend with. You were probably raised with a very critical parent or somebody that was neglecting you, and you felt alone. And then you chastised yourself for it and felt like you weren't worthy of your own self-love. And now that you've given that to yourself, you have aligned with not only releasing perfection in others, you release it in yourself. See, that's the thing. All of the things we experience on the outside reflect our beliefs on the inside. And we have to shift those beliefs. This is part of your karmic journey, the evolution of your soul's journey. And not many people graduate to these timelines. They just can't. It's too hard. You have to really do the work, people. And Capricorn, you're showing me that I have, because I love myself enough to do it. And I don't want to repeat 5 million lifetimes trying to learn this lesson anymore. I'm going to do it in this lifetime. And you have, by golly, have done it. Plan for your success. I welcome success and am grateful for the ability to manifest my reality. And then you get the keys to the kingdom, my dears. You get the keys. And it comes down to releasing the perfection. God, we're so hard on ourselves. How often do we judge ourselves harshly? If you were to put a microphone and record the way you speak, all of us do it. The way we speak to ourselves needs to shift. Until we love ourselves and we accept ourselves fully and we release the pressure we put on ourselves every day to be perfect, we will continue to play out these bonds outside of us that reflect that gap between who we are and how much love we need to give to ourselves that we are not doing. I love my imperfections, for they make me real. I'm getting a lot of growling in my solar plexus, so you're glowing up here, and this is radiating out. You're calling in too. You're moving from this empowered place into a higher octave of your heart space, and now you're able to communicate your truth to the world. Like, you're a different Capricorn. Love radiates from me into the world. A lot of the earth signs are learning a great deal about self-love, and I'm telling you, y'all are making strides, because you know what it's like when you're not in the right energy. You create a conflict ensues, right? Loss ensues, and then you transform. You come back into balance. You realize your worth and your value, and you love self. And look at this energy here. We have the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. You're giving yourself so much. Judgment, powerful rebirth, 10 of Pentacles. What did I tell you? That high timeline. Y'all are making me so happy. You just held on for dear life. You're like, I'm just going to go through this transformation. You went through an ego death. You went through some sort of ego death. And it came about ending some sort of karmic contract with somebody. You know what? I think what happened in the past, Capricorn, for you is you didn't always talk about what you were really experiencing, and you held it in and you held it in, you bottled it up, and you realized, I can't do that anymore. You've been doing that since you were a little kid. Bottle, 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 stuff. Where does that go? It just creates pressure inside, internal pressure that does not feel good. So you just said, okay, taking the cork off. I'm uncorking myself, and you just let it all spill out. And you know what happens? You become so freaking light. And that's what you've done. You've gotten lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And I'm proud of you, because this is not easy work, but now look at you. This is the path of our rightful karmic Akashic inheritance of living a pathway of abundant prosperity, joy, and inner alignment. You've now graduated to a new plateau of being. I don't know what else to tell you. Let me get some advice. This is a powerful rebirth. Like basically what you touch will turn to gold. And everyone, all the earth signs are getting this. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Not the hare, be the turtle, right? Slow and steady wins the race. And that's what you had to do. You had to, it was hard. It was hard. You've been like I said, that past breakage of the timeline, you're like, oh, take a leap here. God, this sucks. I hate this feeling. God, I really don't want to go through this therapeutic process. I don't want to go into this. But you did. You did the work. Knight of Pentacles, that's doing the work. And being patient with the process. And now look at you. Now you got the magic inside. You get the magic inside you. Magician. Four of Pentacles, Five of Swords. It's now time for you to realize that you create your own reality. You've done the work to go within. Hold on to the magic inside of you. And now you've done the integration work around you and your own battle with yourself. The Five of Swords is our mental battle with the things that we are self-critical about, that we hold on to. And sometimes we're not even conscious of it. And I think the more you slow yourself down, this is practice too, because you're going to have a tendency to want to go back. It's like, this is happening to a lot of us where we're graduating from an old way of operating. And there are going to be times where we want to bring that with us because we feel in some way it makes us feel safe. But it actually is counterproductive, because you don't need to operate that way anymore to survive. This is the new being. This is the superhuman. This is the telepathic human. It's like your survival skills from the past. It's like maybe you needed to learn, one way of I don't know, maybe you had to fish in the past, but now you need a bow, right? Like you're elevating in how you deal with life and the way you respond to life and what you think about yourself. And you're still going to be challenged in that way, but they're giving you the keys, right? The codes, which is slow down your energy, pause, align with the magician inside of you, the magic within you, the hope within you. And do not let your mind overpower you. The egoic mind wants to control. So I think what you've been battling against is the desire to control situations to feel safe. But then it created resistance. And now you're dropping control and living more from a state of surrender. And it creates magic within and around you. So Capricorn, y'all are doing good. Bravo. Take care. Namaste.